Okay, continue. So under current situation, all organizations are exposed to risks, whether it is anticipated, whether it is taken into consideration or not. Sometimes firms already anticipate. Okay, these are the risks that they might face in future. For example, fire, flood, heavy rain, but they did not anticipate threat from internal, threat from let's say a strong wind or hurricane, threat from electricity cuts. Okay, for businesses that is considered as medium size or big size or huge size, they have to consider many aspects. For example, if an organization is conducting the hypermarket, they should consider having their own generator. Okay, own generator. Any reason for that? Okay, if you've been to a hypermarket or big supermarket, they have huge space. At one time, they might have few hundred or maybe 1,000 customers inside the building. Okay, so just imagine that suddenly there is a blackout. What would happen? Okay, first customer will become panic. If you are alone, okay, let's say if you're traveling with children or old parents, okay, so everyone start panicking. Everyone start rushing out. Okay, that's why hypermarket normally they have integrated generator which will take over the the normal electricity supply if there is sudden electricity cut. Okay, same thing with the water supply. Normally they have a huge reserve tank. Okay, now if you've been to any hypermarket, just walk around, you can see the infrastructure. They're using centralized air condition. Centralized air condition needs not only electricity supply, they also need consistent water supply to cool down the to cool down the compressor. Okay, if you walk around the building, you can see there are several chambers with fan. Okay, and there is a consistent water supply to cool down the system, right? Okay, so and if you walk around the hypermarket, you can see they have chillers, they have freezer to keep frozen Okay, and this chiller and frozen needs a consistent power supply to ensure that the frozen products are well preserved, well kept. Okay, right. Okay, but for the system, uh, when we develop, when the information system or IT people develop this system, they have to consider this. They have to integrate, okay, like the needs for electricity, the needs for backup electricity, the needs to have the backup system for database uh, to be located not in the same building. Okay, so when we consider this, okay, there is a need for the auditor, the IS auditor, to join the team or to be or to uh, involve during uh, the recovery plan. Okay, the system continuance, business continuance plan. Okay, um, not only because of costing, but also to make sure that the procedures are followed through. Sometimes the procedure required to have all these things, to have electricity backup, water supply backup, okay, fire extinguisher system, another thing. Okay, not only the building should have fire extinguisher, um, the physical fire extinguisher. They also need to install the smoke detector. And this smoke detector should integrate with the sprinkler. Okay, if you go to any building, you can easily scan or identify the smoke detector attached to the ceiling. And normally they have sprinkler system that once it detects smoke, it will be activated. Okay, to fight against the fire, right? When we talk about the IS threat, okay, IS threat, cyber terrorism is the current issue. We have scammers, we have hackers, okay, we have hijackers who can take over the system from remote, right? Okay, so not many incidents being reported in Malaysia, okay, but maybe the organization doesn't want to make it public, okay, because it is a shame, okay, to expose that the organization has been hijacked or has been uh, uh, experiencing the attack by the cyber terrorists. Okay. So early detection is most important because considering the huge impact of detecting later in the stage, okay, where many files could be leaked, okay, and many damages has been done. For example, if your hackers able to get into the system, okay, and copy some of the private and confidential file, and if that is the extent they have into the system, we cannot imagine what are the impacts of that. So if we cannot curb the disaster, it can affect on the availability. Most probably they hijack the system and they change many things, okay, or they copy and delete. That's the worst case. If they copy or download the data or information and delete, leave our the firm data without any data, okay. So it will when we start the system, we found out that this nothing at all, okay. If a system is accessed by someone who doesn't have authority, once it is found, okay, the integrity is already tarnished, okay. So as people are worried and afraid, okay, that if people mention that the integrity of the system that they look after is already being tarnished, okay, so that's the worst nightmare for them, okay. And the worst case is confidentiality of the information. It's already become an issue, okay. Confidentiality means that data are not supposed to be viewed, data are not supposed to be shared except for a few who have the authority, okay. For example, data on decision made by the board of directors, data on investment, data on recipe, data on ingredients, okay. Maybe we know ingredients, the names only, but we don't know the exact mixture, okay. Right. The best example is Coke ingredient. We might know what are the ingredients, but we don't know the composition of each ingredient. How many grams or milligrams, how many milliliter they have to mix to come up with the final product,